Hello, my name is Israel Bagasho, and today I want to show you the 2 or 3 different options we have to power the LI-850 gas analyzer or the LI-830. The power options are similar for both analyzers, and I'll use the LI-850 for a demonstration. So the first option is outlet AC power. Each unit comes with a power adapter that looks something like this, with the outlet side on this and then a plug that connects to the instrument on the other side. If you're using this in different countries, there are options also included with the spares kit that have plugs for different parts of the world. So you can remove this and insert the appropriate plug for your country. So that's the first option. So I'll go ahead and plug this to the outlet that I have here, and then the other side to the instrument, and we'll get the power for the LI-850. So the power connection is located right next to the outlet port before the terminal strips right here. So that's where I will plug the power supply. So the LI-830 and 850 consume about 3-4 watts under steady state. During startup, they consume about 14 to 15 watts. So anything that can provide 12 to 30 volts at about 1 amp would be a good power source, and this is one of those examples. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it, and we should see some power light indicators on the main display here, on the cover here. So as you can see, I plugged it in, and it will alternate between the high and low alarms for a little bit, and then the power light will be the only light that's left, and you see that green LED indicating that the unit has power. The second option we have to power is using the terminal strip and the connections for power input provided through the terminal strip. You can also see the labels here on the screen on the cover here, that terminal 1 and 2 are for voltage input. And if you have a benchtop power supply similar to this, where you can control the voltage, you can provide voltage that is anywhere from 12 to 30 volts DC, and that will be sufficient to power the instrument. So terminal number 1 is the high, or the voltage side of the power supply. So I will connect the red wire that I have. Let me try that again. So this terminal strip comes in the spares kit with the instrument. So if you're going to use this and try to power the LI-850 or LI-830, you need to provide your own power cable. So I got the red wire going to terminal number 1. I'm going to screw that down. That's better. And then the ground wire, or the black wire that I have here, is for ground, power supply ground, and it goes to terminal 2. And on the other side of this, I have my power supply. It's not turned on. It's a benchtop power supply that can provide 10 to 18 volts. But I'm only going to provide about 12 volts to the LI-850. So I'll connect my ground wire and signal or power wire here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and make sure it's at the right voltage before I connect the LI-850 or LI-830. So let's go ahead and turn that on. It's about 12 volts. So the green number is showing me the voltage, and red number is showing me the current draw. So since I plugged the terminal strip into the LI-850 or 830, and when we plug it in, we should see the lights or the LEDs here light up, and we would expect after a brief moment the power LED to go to stay solid green. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. So as you can see, we've got power, and we have already started getting some readings out of the instrument here on the display. The third option we have to power the LI-850 or LI-830 gas analyzers is using a battery. The connection will be very similar to what I have, except this will be replaced by the battery that you're using, and you'd connect the positive side to terminal 1 again, and the low side or the negative side to terminal 2 on the instrument. As I mentioned before, anything that supplies 12 volt, a 12 volt battery would be a good candidate. When the voltage drops, when the battery voltage drops below 10.5 volts, 10.5 volts, you will get a low battery warning sign. And I can show you using this benchtop power supply by turning the voltage down at what point where the low battery goes down. So if we adjust the voltage here just a little bit to get to 10.5, and we start adjusting a little further at about somewhere in that neighborhood, we will get the low battery sign. And so right now I'm about 10 volts here, and we've got the low battery sign. And if I turn the voltage back up, the low battery voltage goes away. So if you're using a battery, this will be a useful indicator. And when the low battery's light is on, you probably want to go ahead and replace the battery as quickly as you can, because it could affect the how long you can continue to take measurements. So that's the third option, using a battery, and how you can tell when you have a low battery condition. As always, you can go to our website. There's instruction manuals and other videos that you can watch. You can also contact us if you have any further questions, or you can contact your local distribution partner.